Okay, we back. We in Revelation 18 chapter and verse 5 said, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High remembered her iniquities." You see that? To reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. See? We got double. So when you look at, okay, well, this happened to us, and we the chosen people of the Most High, the 12 tribes of Israel. Go to Isaiah, hold that, get Isaiah 40 and 1. Isaiah the 40th chapter, verse 1 and 2. Isaiah the 40th chapter, verse 1 and 2. It said, comfort ye, my people, said the Most High, said your power. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, this is 12 tribes of Israel, and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished. You see, our warfare is accomplished. That her iniquity is pardoned. For she hath received at the Most High's hand double. We have received at the Most High's hand double for all her sins. You see? So now, the Most High says, in Revelation 18 and 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. So he said, reward her even as she had rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. Right? That's why it says, verse 8, therefore her plagues shall come in one day, death and mourning and famine. Here we go, death and mourning and famine. Food shortages, y'all. Where? Right here in America. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. That's the ultimate judgment. For strong is the Most High power who judges her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived illicitly with her shall bewail her. They're going to be crying over her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city of Babylon, America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Right? Verse 16. Verse 15. So it tell you all the things that these merchants are being able to get rich from. That America allowed them to be rich from the ships. And so these merchants are the ships that sail here. The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, see, made rich by America, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torments, weeping and wailing. They're going to be weeping and wailing and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. That's powers and authority right there. For in 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught. In 1 hour, so great riches come to nothing. And every shipmaster, like I told you, and all the company of ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city, America? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Saying, tell you everything gonna be finished in this place. Verse 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, not even a candle. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. No more marriages. Thy merchants were the great men of the earth. Listen what happened. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. So they used witchcraft, sorcery, enchantments and so forth. That's what they're doing. And working under the power of Satan. And in her was found, in America was found the blood of prophets and of saints that's crying to the Most High, crying to him when he going to avenge the blood of them that dwell on the earth, as we read in Revelation 6 chapter. But the Most High said he going to revenge their blood. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that was slain upon the earth. He going to blame everything on them. That's why I say, look, Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. We Zion, 12 tribes of Israel. So our punishment is over. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. So when you read Deuteronomy 28:68, because Deuteronomy 28:15 said, you don't follow the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, he's going to bring all these curses on us. So from verse 16 all the way to 68, all the curses befell us, we the children of Israel, for not following the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. That's why he's telling us that our punishment is accomplished. The judgment he put upon us for breaking his laws is accomplished. O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity, because Deuteronomy 28:68 says, the Most High shall send thee into Egypt, which means captivity, slavery, and bondage. Exodus 20:2 proves that. The Most High shall send thee into Egypt again with ships. What people on this earth ever came into captivity, slavery, and bondage on ships, if it's not us? Then you know, that was the last time we had to go into captivity, when that happened. And we've been in captivity for over 400 years, y'all. Way over 400 years. If you look at them coming here and we was here, 1492. To now, we've been in captivity a long time. But you looking at, hey, this is the last captivity we have to serve. Why it's important that we repent, come out to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, fear the Most High, inquire unto the Most High. That's the only time he had pity to redeem us from our captivity. But you can't cry. I ain't talking to you that's prideful. I'm talking about you that got the spirit of the Most High. To know you want a broken and contrite spirit. When you pray, tears come out of your eyes, come in your eyes. Knowing that that's what we got to do. Or maybe you ain't been afflicted enough yet. He said, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. What are you going to do? He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins, your sins. That's why the judgment is going to go down, because he's going to discover their sins. And all those angels that are corrupt and in chains of darkness went following the way of the heathen. He tell you, Isaiah 13:14, he said, and it shall be as a chased roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up. Ain't nobody want to be bothered with them. When this judgment started to come down, look at verse 9. Behold, the day of the Most High, when this happened, it's coming. Cruel. He said both with what? Wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. That's what we just read. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. And he's going to destroy the sinners thereof out of it. And he's going to destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So you think it's not important? Come back to the Most High's law, statute, commandments. You better ask somebody. Verse 13, he said, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Most High power of hope, in the wrath of the Most High power of angels who's on this earth, ready for the commandment of the Most High to do what he say they're supposed to do. And in the day of his fierce anger, hear that? The day of his fierce anger, what's going to happen? And it shall be as a chased roe. They're going to be like a chased deer. And as a sheep that no man take away, ain't nobody gonna want to be bothered then. Oh, they tell you all faces are gonna gather blackness. I'm a nigga. I got Negro in me. That's what the scripture says. All faces gonna gather blackness. Yeah, and it shall come. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people. Hear that? Everybody gonna turn to their own people. They're going to recognize, oh, wow, this is all going down. It's going down, it's going down. And flee everyone into his own land. Where we going? Where's our land that we could flee to? Israelites? Judah? This everyone that is found shall be thrust through. This is judgment of the fierce anger of the Most High. And everyone that is joined unto them, like them angels that sinned, them Israelites that sinned against the Most High, waiting for that time of judgment to come. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. That's what it's saying. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. That's what it's saying, y'all. See, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver. They ain't got no money. You're going to pay them nothing. Iranians and so forth, you're going to pay them nothing. They already got a problem with America. Which shall not regard silver. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. Them bows is them missiles. And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. That's pregnant women. Their eyes shall not spare children. In Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, when you look up Edom in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, listen to what it says. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. What did it say? In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So they letting you know that Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. Let's look at that. Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. This is what they're giving us to look at as far as the judgment for them. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Heaven is a condition on this earth. Like they made that song, I'm in heaven. Power and authority on this earth. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. So I happen to have Idumea in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Idumea. It says pertaining to Edom. Greek and Roman name for Edom. Okay? So it's going to come down upon the Edomites. My sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, the Edomites, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. See? Look at verse 6 too. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats and of goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. That's the parts of the animals that the Most High, the organs. That's the part that we sacrifice him to the Most High. For the Most High has a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, Edom, Rome, wherever the Edomites are. You see, so verse 8 says, for it is the day of the Most High's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion, the 12 tribes of Israel. Just tell you, man, it's all going down. It's just a matter of where you're going to be at when it go down. You're going to be with the Most High? You're going to be down with the Mashiach Yahushua? Or you'll be part of the ones that will join unto the heathen. Look, I mean, go to, more and more, over and over again, you see, this is what we did. We did not want to listen to the voice of the Most High, so we chose death every single time. We chose captivity, slavery, and bondage, man. And no matter if you were righteous or wicked, I've showed you in how the Most High brought us in captivity, the righteous and the wicked. Look what we said, Jeremiah 44 and 16. Well, let's look at Because we got some weak men too. Look at verse, man, it's deep. When you look at it, when I think about it, it's like pretty much just covering. The chapter is just covering the wickedness and the fury of the Most High, the things that we've done to disrespect Him, man. It's like, well, Jeremiah 44 and verse 3. It says, because of their wickedness, which they have committed to provoke me to anger, and that they went to burn incense and to serve other gods or idols whom they knew not, neither they, yea, nor your fathers. Like these religions. What religion is in this Bible that y'all believing in now? And what religion is bringing forth the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws? Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. But they hearken not. We ain't listen. Nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods. And it was two Baal let me show you. If I can find it. I gotta keep putting it in your face so you can see it. Somebody, one of you leaders, or some of you that have leaders, maybe you'll tell them, and they'll see it. And stop calling on it. See, this devil is slick to deceive the whole world. I'm gonna show you what Baal, first definition in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Right here, I got it underlined for you. See, that's why I say you want to keep something from us, you put it in the book. So we got books. Look at that. You see that? Baal. See what's underlined? What it means? This is what we burn incense to. Lord. You got you saying it all the time. To burn incense and to serve other gods whom they knew not. Baal or Lord. What's the difference? You see, that's the definition of Baal. Whom they knew not, neither they. Yeah. Nor your fathers. Howbeit I sent you unto you all my servants. Verse 4, the prophets rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate, crying out to us, we the Israelites, but they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods. Listen, what do they do? We just looked at it. We just looked at what they did, man. It's cold. Man, it's cold what we did. That's why I say, these are those angels that sin against the Most High. Look. 2nd Ezra, the 1st chapter, the 32nd verse. Most High said what? He said he rose up early, rising early and sending them. Who? The servants, the prophets, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods. What they do to the prophets. 2nd Ezra 1 and 32. I send unto you my servants, the prophets. Sound familiar? Whom ye have taken and slain, killed them, and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, said the Most High. That's that judgment that's coming on wicked Israelites. Going back to Jeremiah 44. Verse 6, wherefore my fury and mine anger was poured forth and was kindled in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, and they are wasted and desolate as at this day. And that's real, y'all. The land of Israel is wasted and desolate over there. It's beautiful land, but nothing grows there. Like the Most High said, his word is true. As at this day. Therefore now, thus said the Most High power, the power of hope, power of angels, that follow the Most High's commandments and are not disobedient before the Most High, who tremble before the Most High. The power of Israel. Wherefore commit ye this great evil against your souls, to cut off from you man and woman, child and suckling, out of Judah, to leave you none to remain. So I'm going to take all of you and get rid of all of y'all. That's how it is. You look at that land is desolate. In that you provoke me unto wrath with the works of your hands, burning incense unto other gods in the land of Egypt, whither ye be gone to dwell, that ye might cut yourselves off, and that ye might be a curse and of a reproach among all the nations of the earth. Man, have you forgotten the wickedness of your fathers, and the wickedness of the kings of Judah, and the wickedness of their wives, and your own wickedness, and the wickedness of your wives, which they have committed in the land of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? That's you so-called Negroes, men and women, black, whatever you want to call yourself, so-called African American. They are not humble. Listen to what he said. They are not humble, even unto this day. Hear what he said? Most I know how you had this written. They are not humble, even until this day, but to pride people, prideful people. Neither have they feared the Most High, nor walked in my law. He's straight up. Nor walked in my law, he said, nor in my statutes that I set before you and before your fathers. Therefore thus say the Most High power of hosts, the power of Israel. Behold, I will set my face against you for evil, and to cut off all Judah. You see, the Most High, he is righteous in all that he do. But why he's cutting off for evil? For his wrath. Because we was evil. What'd he say? Verse 10. They are not humble, even unto this day. So he want us to have a broken and contrite spirit, which is humility. They are not humbled, even unto this day. The Most High hate a prideful person. Neither have they feared. Hear what he say? Neither have they feared, nor walked in my law. See? They ain't walked in the Most High's laws. That's why it's very important, y'all, in these last days, that we can fulfill the things that's written pertaining to our salvation, and not have to deal with the things that's going to come on this earth. The destruction that we're reading about, and have read about, and you've heard about. They are not humbled even unto this day. Neither have they feared, nor walked in my law, nor in my statutes, that I set before you and before your fathers. Therefore, said the Most High power of hosts, power of armies of angels, power of Israel. Behold, I will set my face against you for evil, and to cut off all Judah. And I will take the remnant of Judah that have set their faces to go into the land of Egypt, to sojourn there, and they shall all be consumed and fall in the land of Egypt. What he say? I'm going to kill every last one of them that thinking they going to go back to Egypt and deal with what they going to do in Egypt. Burn incense into Baal or into your Lord. Same name, same person, same entity, same idol. They shall even be consumed by the sword and by the famine. They shall die, from the least even unto the greatest, by the sword and by the famine. And they shall be an execration and an astonishment and a curse and a reproach. All these things is written in Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68. All these things. You can go there and look, read it down. You'll see all these things that happen to us as you keep on going through this Bible. Wherever we at, fulfilling them curses, man. And the things that the Most High say what he's going to do. So we knew what he's going to do. And he told us to teach us to our children, so the children knew. We just been disenfranchised from our heritage and our knowledge of who we are in this last kingdom. why the Most High going to bring that wrath upon them, like we just read. And they know. So it says Edom, it says in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. We read that. Isaiah 63, 1. You can read down from there. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy, which is not getting something you do deserve from the Most High. They saying that. They know this. Scholars know this. But here we are. They learn the way of the heathen, want to be amongst the heathen and learn and do whatever they're doing. Disrespect the Most High. They shall even be consumed by the sword and by the famine, and they shall die, from the least even unto the greatest of us, by the sword and by the famine. And they shall be an execration and an astonishment and a curse and a reproach. That's what we are now. You know, when you look at us, man, that's what we are now. You know, just finished, disgraced. For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem, by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. So I'm gonna get you. You can run, but you can't hide. So that none of the remnant of Judah, which are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn there, shall escape or remain, that they should return into the land of Judah, to the which they have a desire to return to dwell there. Say they can't come back into the land of Judah. Now you're right next to Judah, but that land of Judah is desolate, y'all. Ain't nothing there. You see little patches of little, maybe some weeds or whatever, but most of the land is just nothing. It's desolate. Nothing's growing on the land. That's the Fertile Crescent, the best land in the world, the land that the Most High loved. To the which they have a desire to return to dwell there, but none shall return, but such as shall escape. Let you know some are going to escape. Then all the men which knew that their wives, that's why I say some weak men, their wives had burned incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwell in the land of Egypt, in Bathros, answered Jeremiah, saying, listen what they said, listen what wicked Israelites said. We talking about them angels that sin. Here they go right here. As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord, name of Baal, name of the Most High, what they call them. That's what you saying if you saying that. I just showed you B-A-A-L is this word right here, L-O-R-D. But, you know, remember Revelation 12 and 9, the devil deceived the whole world, even the Israelites, if you allow him. That's why the mysteries of the Most High has been a secret, it's been hid from the beginning of time. He's showing certain things. And as for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, we will not hearken unto thee. Hear that? We ain't going to listen to you. Like some of you out there not going to listen to the word of the Most High. It's a known fact. He said they ain't going to listen to you because they won't listen to me. But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven. Hear that? To burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven. Going all the way back to Semiramis. And to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings, and our princes, in the cities of Judah, in the streets of Jerusalem, for then had we plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil. See? Same thing they said in the Greek Empire. We jacked up people. Same thing they said in the Greek Empire. Same thing. First Maccabees 1. See, don't it sound the same? First Maccabees 1 is the same. wicked angels, Israelites, said the same thing. Look, First Maccabees getting right to the point. In verse 11, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant, contract agreement with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, this wicked Antiochus, Edomite king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. And they built exercise like gyms like y'all have in this wicked place, and became uncircumcised. Same thing as they saying in Jeremiah 44, under the Babylonian captivity. But we will certainly do, verse 17, whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth. Remember Ecclesiastes 3:24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion overthrown their judgment. Yeah. They're going to do whatever come out of their own mouth to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven. When in the New Testament, here she is right here. Y'all just celebrated her with y'all Easter celebration. The Queen of Heaven. Y'all just celebrated her when y'all celebrated Easter. Let me show it to you. The Queen of Heaven. Here she go. In the New Testament, she called, she's known by different names. You know, I had a book that gave a lot of different names of these entities. Here she go right here. Queen of Heaven. See? Fertility god. You see, she chocolate, Ethiopian. Babylonian Empire. Queen of Heaven, Semiramis. Wife / mother of Nimrod and Tammuz. And to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, for then had we plenty of victuals and were well and saw no evil. See, same thing. As they said when the Greek Empire came into power. But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. And when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her? That's like during these holidays, don't they be baking? Gotta bake, gotta get this baking on. People want cakes, they making cakes. I even realize these are customs that we did in wickedness to the Queen of Heaven. And poured out drink offerings unto her. Did we make her cakes to worship her? Cakes to worship her? Make cakes to worship her? And pour out drink offerings unto her without our men? So they did all this. These women, wicked women did this without our men. But you see what verse 15 said, then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto other gods. Then Jeremiah said unto all the people, to the men, first and foremost, and to the women, and to all the people which had given him that answer, saying, the incense that ye burn in the cities of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem, ye and your fathers, your kings, and your princes, and the people of the land, did not the Most High remember them, and came it not into his mind, so that the Most High could no longer bear, because of the evil of your doings, and because of the abominations which ye have committed. Therefore is your land a desolation, and an astonishment, and a curse without an inhabitant, as at this day. And that's real, y'all. You know. The land is desolation, because ye have burned incense, and because ye have sinned against the Most High, and have not obeyed the voice of the Most High, nor walked in his law. nor in his statutes. So don't let nobody tell you we ain't under the law. Nor in his testimonies. Therefore this evil is happened unto you as at this day, that we're into. Moreover, Jeremiah said unto all the people and all the women, hear the word of the Most High, all Judah that are in the land of Egypt. Thus say the Most High power of hosts, the power of Israel, saying, ye and your wives have both spoken with your mouths. See, Most High heard what you said. You spoke with your mouths and fulfilled with your hand, saying, we will surely perform our vows that we have vowed to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her. You will surely accomplish your vows and surely perform your vows. Therefore hear ye the word of the Most High, all Judah that dwell in the land of Egypt. Behold, I have sworn by my great name, said the Most High, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah in all the land of Egypt, saying, the Most High power liveth. So I ain't gonna be able to say that at all. The Most High power liveth. He said, behold, I will watch over them for evil and not for good. And all the men of Judah that are in the land of Egypt shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine until there be an end of them, till I kill all of them, he said. Either they're going to die by the sword or they're going to die by food shortage until he kill all of them. Yet, a small number that escape, I mean, we said some might escape, you know. He said in verse 14, we said, but it says, none shall return, but such as shall escape, right? So you know those that escape. Verse 28, yet a small number that escape the sword shall return out of the land of Egypt into the land of Judah. And all the remnant of Judah that are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn there shall know whose word shall stand. Like you gonna know whose word shall stand. Mine or theirs. The Most High's word or yours. And this shall be a sign unto you, said the Most High, that I will punish you in this place, that you may know that my words shall surely stand against you for evil. Thus said the Most High power, behold, I will bring Pharaoh, Hophra, king of Egypt, into the hand of his enemies and into the hand of them that seek his life, as I have Zedekiah, king of Judah, into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, his enemy, and that sought his life. Judgment from our power, the Most High power. So when you understand that all entities gonna follow the Most High. Because let me show you, let me get another example before I get off. Go to Acts 12 and that's not what I want. Oh yeah, let's go. We can go that. When the angel of the Most High had came and released Peter from his chains that they had him in jail, he fell off his hands, and we'll look at verse 11 of Acts the 12th chapter. And when Peter was come to himself, he said, now I know of a surety that the Most High have sent his angel and have delivered me out of the hand of Herod and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. So see, the angels operating under the commandment of the Most High. And when he had considered the thing, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together praying. And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken, named Rhonda. And when she knew Peter's voice, she heard his voice, she opened not the gate for gladness, but ran in and told how Peter stood before the gate. She'd opened the door, let him in. But there wasn't nobody after him. She's so excited, she ran to tell everybody, Peter at the gate. And they said to her, thou art mad. You're mad. But she constantly affirmed that it was even so. Then said they, it is his angel. It is his angel. Ain't that something? But Peter continued knocking. He knocking at the door. Knock, 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 knock. But they said it is his angel. But Peter continued knocking. And when they had opened the door and saw him, they were astonished. You see? But they thought it said it is his angel. How about that one? But we have to really look at the things that we've been doing in wickedness over and over and over and over and over again, man. Why the Most High bringing this judgment upon us? Some of us, you know, hopefully we're going to be there to fulfill what it says here. If you operating in the spirit of the Most High and keeping His laws, statutes, commandments, that you can fulfill this. In 2 Ezra 2 and 26. As for the servants, who are the Israelites, we've proven that. Today we went to Baruch 3 to 36. Jacob, my servant. Israel, my beloved. As for the servants, who are the Israelites, whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish. Because 1/3 of the Most High's elect is going to be here. Not one of them shall perish, he said. For I will require them from among thy number. He said, be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. You see? Well, you're not going to have abundance if you don't prepare yourself for what it is that you have to do, having wisdom to know these things going to go down. And you warned many a time. A lot of you been warned for years. You should have yourself ready for the sword and the famine and these plagues and the pestilence and all that. That's what he's saying. And once you start doing something, you have faith in the Most High by bringing forth. Faith is an action word. Faith is not something you just say it's going to happen, it's going to happen, you don't do nothing about it. Now, even you start with your mind, you believing in the Most High, having faith in the Most High, saying what's going to happen, and you working, you doing something to fulfill what it is that is written in this Bible. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Most High. See, my hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. See? Verse 34. And therefore, I say unto you, O ye heathen, you other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, that hear and understand, look for your shepherd. He that give you everlasting, he shall give you everlasting rest, for he is nigh at hand, that shall come in the end of the world. So I think he calling us heathen. Shalaki. Because a lot of us are heathen. And therefore I say to you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand, look for your shepherd. That's what Mashiach ever shy. He shall give you everlasting rest. You know, everlasting rest coming to no one but the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's a 1/3 of them at that. For he is nigh at hand. He is near at hand, that shall come in the end of the world. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom. For the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Flee the shadow of this world. Flee the darkness of this world. That's why we go back to. So I'm saying that's what they were dealing with. Their ignorance, their wickedness. So we had to go into the darkness of this world because that's what our people were dealing with. That's what we was dealing with. 2 Peter 2 and 4. For the Most High Spirit, not the angels that sinned, broke the Most High's laws, but cast them down to hell. This hellish condition that we in, this hell that we catching, in captivity, slavery, and bondage over and over again, and delivered them in the chains of darkness. See? That's why he's saying what? Flee the shadow of this world. Shadow is what? A darkness. The darkness of this world, to be reserved unto judgment. He said, flee the shadow of this world. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that has called you to the heavenly kingdom. Man. And rise up and stand before the number of those that be sealed in the feast of Mashiach Yahweh Shai, which are departed from the shadow of the world, from the darkness of this world that he told Esau to get into darkness. And when he went into darkness, he put the people in gross darkness, gross ignorance, and have received glorious garments of the Most High. Man, wouldn't that be beautiful? You could just be right here in Revelation. You could be right here in Revelation 3 and 20. Man. He said, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. Having dinner with a Mashiach Yahweh Shai. To him that overcometh, we got to overcome the wiles of the devil and all the things that are perpetrated against us to have us be in a dislike eyes of the Most High rather than him liking us and loving us by doing what he say do and finding out these mysteries and changing and stop burning incense to Baal and Lord, and they put it in there so you can keep saying it. You keep on calling on this Jezebel's prophets. They all were worshiping the Lord or Baal. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am set down in my Father in his throne. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches, and we are the church. The 12 tribes of Israel, Acts 7:38 proves it. So I hope it was edifying. You know, I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to stop there because it's been many hours. So keep in mind, you got to fear the Most High. You got to keep his commandments. We got to keep his laws, his statutes, cry unto the Most High to have pity on us and humble yourselves before the Most High, bring you down, or you could be one of these angels that sin against the Most High, because they got to keep coming back. The spirits got to keep coming back that the Most High have reserved for the judgment that we done read about. When the books are open and the Mashiach Yahweh, you can stand before Mashiach Yahweh, the judgment's going to be made. Well, he said, all to say, Mashiach, should not enter into the kingdom of heaven. They're going to sit before him and give their judgment, give their testimony. That we cast out devils in thy name. We did many miracles in thy name. He going to say, depart from me, ye that work iniquity, I never knew you. That's why it's about change. And if we find out things that we can change, let's change. Let's get out of here, man. So I say, in your affliction, you shall seek me early. How much we got to be afflicted more before we seek him. Nevertheless, I say, all praise to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I say, Krum Abanawa Most High, Krum Mashiach Yahweh Shai, and Krum Yasharahla. And I'm out. Shalawam.